My friend Billy Artunian has this guy that leads an extreme natural lifestyle.
How extreme was he? A vegetarian?
He's an nth level vegan.
Never heard of that.
That's because he made up the term himself.
What's this guy's name?
Jones Morgan Stein.
3 last names?
Yeah, that's worse than 3 first names.
So what does an nth level vegan do, or should I say don't do?
They don't eat meat, they don't eat anything that comes from animals, and they don't eat any food handled by people that eat meat.
He doesn't eat anything handled by people that eat food? Or where does his food come from?
Him and a bunch of other vegans grow their food themselves.
What made you bring this guy up?
As an nth level vegan, he doesn't trim his hair.
So his hair's long?
His hair goes down the bottom of his back, but that isn't why I brought him up.
I'm not getting it.
The hair on his head isn't the only hair he doesn't trim.
So what? He has a hairy back? What?
I don't know about his back, but he doesn't trim his nose hair.
Get out! Really?
Really? He hasn't trimmed a single nose hair in 16 years.
Oh, how long is it?
2 2/3 inches long.
That has got to be annoying.
I don't know how he can stand it.
Well, do you think these vegan women, they find this attractive? I mean the dedication, not the hair.
I can't imagine any woman find that attractive. But if he gets into a Porsche, he'll have plenty of dates.
You know it, but look, I find it troubling that a guy like this could have more dates than me with my top-notch hygiene.
Wait, I haven't even told you the weird part yet.
There's a part that's weirder.
There's a part that's weirder.
I find that hard to believe.
Hold that thought. Ready? He braids his nose hair.
He braids his nose hair.
He braids his nose hair.
Jimmy, your friend is yanking your chain.
I've seen a picture of this guy.
You seen a picture of this guy?
I've seen photographic evidence.
If I find out this guy gets more dates than me, I'm going to be very disappointed.
I haven't seen it yet, but there's a video of this guy on the internet sneezing.
So?
Billy told me when this guy sneezes, he really does look like a children's party favor.
It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
Did you ever have an argument with a girlfriend? You didn't even know what you were arguing about?
All the time. Tell me what happened.
Last night, Sally invited me over to dinner, and she cooked for me for the first time.
Jimmy, it sounds like things are progressing.
I thought it was really big that she wanted to cook for me, and dinner was going really well.
What went wrong?
We had finished dinner, and
She a good cook?
actually the meal was very good. And I mean, she went all out. Candles, a tablecloth, linen napkins. But that caused part of the problem.
How so?
After dinner, she served tea.
But you don't like tea.
I prefer coffee, but I don't hate tea.
What did you do?
Well, she gave me a cup of tea with the tea bag seeping in it. And then she went into the kitchen to get dessert.
What was for dessert?
Will you stop interrupting me?
I'm sorry. Okay, so you have the tea bag and then...
I take the tea bag out, and I didn't know where to put it.
Well, couldn't you just put it on the plate?
She had already cleared away the plates.
Well, what about your napkin?
That's what I did. And when Sally saw it, she freaked out.
She freaked out.
Freaked out!
Why?
She said I was staining the napkin.
Is that even a real thing?
Apparently so. And she yelled at me like I had murdered her brother.
Over a napkin?
Yeah.
Jimmy, this sounds like an EIA.
What's an EIA?
Stands for estrogen-induced argument.
You're making that up.
I came up with the term, but I'm not making this stuff up. Is this the first time you found out you were in an argument and you didn't know why?
No.
Is this the first time you were penalized way more than the offense justified?
No.
Is this the first time that you had a good excuse and it wasn't acceptable?
How did you know?
That's what men do. We make excuses. And there's sometimes when they're legitimate. What excuse did you give her?
First I apologized, and then I told her that my mom always cared more about her tablecloths. And that's why I didn't put the tea bag on the tablecloth.
And it made things worse, right?
She got incensed that I gave her an excuse.
There is no doubt in my mind that this was an EIA.
Is there a way to avoid an EIA?
Celibacy?
Is there another way to avoid an EIA?
Not that I can think of.
So great, you give me this term to arguments that I have with my girlfriends, and then you offer me no help.
I didn't say I couldn't help you.
But you said...
I said I couldn't help you avoid an EIA. I can give you valuable advice when you find yourself in an EIA.
Why have you been holding out on me all these years?
I haven't been holding out on you. This isn't the topic you can discuss with mixed company. And besides, I'm helping you now.
Okay, tell me what to do.
The first thing you do when you realize that you're an EIA is that you don't offer excuses.
You already told me that.
Okay, the very important thing, okay, that you have to learn how to recognize the potential EIA so you can avoid one.
How do I do that?
By knowing that in any situation that there's potential for an EIA and you avoid getting too close to one.
Will that advice really help me?
Knowing what you know now, what would you have done with that tea bag?
I would have gotten up and thrown it away. I would have put it in my pocket. I would have swallowed it whole.
See, you're already 100 times more prepared to avoid an EIA.
I guess I am.
Now, if you're in the middle of an EIA, there's a few things that you can do to escape, but they're demeaning. Can you do demeaning?
Last night, I was ready to chew my leg off to escape. The meeting would have been a welcome plan B.
Okay, if the woman is an arm failer or a finger wagger, you make like she hit you in the family jewels.
Does that really work?
I was only ever able to use it once, but it got me out of what's going to be the worst EIA of my life ever.
Huh. I've been so unprepared for dating all these years.
Another thing you can do is fake an epileptic seizure.
Really?
But you can't do it too good, or the medical help will arrive.
Have you ever done that?
I haven't, but my dad used it for most of his marriage until the paramedics showed up and he had to come clean.
Are there any other escapes?
Since you're not opposed to doing demeaning, I guess you would do cowardly?
Just tell me.
When the EIA comes, just get up and run away.
Run away?
Run away.
But that's so wimpy.
It's beyond wimpy, but it gets you out of the EIA, and then the only thing you have to do is apologize. She's more likely to accept a leaving apology than the EIA apology.
Does that work?
I found that it works 3/4 of the time.
I feel like I've been so unprepared for dating.
Sounds like you've been defenseless.
Wait a minute. If your dad gave you advice how to get out of an EIA, didn't he come up with it?
He came up with the situation and some of the escapes, but I came up with the term EIA.
What did he call it?
He called it CWS.
What does that stand for?
Crazy Wife Syndrome.
How was everything?
Everything was fine.
I've been really working out.
Really, what do you do?
Free weight, running, kickboxing.
You see any results?
I feel great.
Well, have you lost any weight?
I lost a few pounds, but by next summer, I'll be in a 30-inch waist.
30? Really? Well, what's your waist now?
44.
Vincenzo, when was the last time you had a 30-inch waist? Grade school?
Stop burying my wedges. I mean my servers.